What if I told you that discipline isn't some trait you're born with, but a weapon? One that you can actually forge for yourself? Well, today, we're diving into an ancient code that does exactly that.
So many of us think we're either disciplined people or we're not, almost like it's written in our DNA. But that's just not true. The reality is, discipline is a skill. It's a system you can learn and completely master. And we're going to break down how you can use this ancient system to transform yourself in just 90 days. So, why do most people fail when they try to get disciplined? Well, it's because they rely on motivation. And look, motivation is great, but it's volatile. It dies out fast. It's like trying to build a fortress with melting ice. All brute force, no blueprint. A system, though, that's strategic, it's structured, it's unshakable. And this right here is the secret the samurai understood. Real change doesn't come from just trying harder, it comes from intelligent design. And that system is called Bushido, the way of the warrior. But here's the most important part to get. This isn't a code for violence, not at all. It's a time-tested framework for personal transformation. The goal isn't about defeating other people. It's about defeating the weaker version of yourself from yesterday.
The very first principle is Kaizen, which just means continuous improvement. Forget about massive overnight transformations. You don't need them. You just need to get 1% better every single day. I know it sounds small, but this is the silent math that adds up to absolutely extraordinary results. In 90 days, you'll be almost unrecognizable.
And building on that idea is the next pillar, Shoshin, or the beginner's mind. A master samurai, no matter how skilled, always approached his craft like he was just starting out. Why? Because a mind that thinks it already knows everything has zero room to grow. It's like trying to pour water into a cup that's already full. Discipline is constant growth. Okay, so all of this, Kaizen and Shunshin, it all leads to the ultimate goal, Mushin, mind without mind. This is that state where discipline is no longer something you have to think about. It's just automatic. It's instinctual, like muscle memory. You just do. And this is exactly what our 90-day plan is designed to help you achieve. All right, so we've covered the why, the philosophy behind it all. Now let's get into the how, the actual plan. We're going to structure the next 90 days into 3 clear phases. Think of it like building an unbreachable fortress, one stone at a time. So here's the journey. It starts with the mental foundation in the first 30 days. This is where you rebuild your mind's architecture with simple daily rituals. Then you move into habit building, from day 31 to 60, where you stack small wins to create some serious momentum. And finally, the last 30 days. It's all about total integration. This is where those habits stop being things you do and become part of who you are. Now, to succeed in this forge, you're going to need the right weapons. And these aren't just abstract theories, these are practical, hands-on techniques you can start using literally today to win that battle inside your own mind. First up, tactical breathing. Super simple, but incredibly powerful. The next time you feel weak or anxious, just do this. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. That's it. Just a few rounds can completely recalibrate your nervous system and bring you back to a state of calm clarity, so you can act instead of just react. Next in your toolkit, victory visualization. A samurai would mentally rehearse a battle over and over, imagining every possible outcome. You can do the exact same thing with your goals. For 10 minutes every night, just vividly imagine your success. See it, feel it. Your brain, funny enough, has a hard time telling the difference between a real memory and a vividly imagined one. You're basically pre-programming yourself for success. This next tool is so simple, it's almost sneaky. And it's all about the number 10. We call it the 10-day trial. Here's how it works. You pick one new habit you've been putting off, and you commit to doing it for just 10 days in a row. No excuses, no exceptions. This short little sprint is designed to absolutely shatter your internal resistance and prove to your brain that yes, you absolutely can do this. Okay, now for what might be the most important tool of all, finding your ikigai, your reason for being. You have to know why you want this discipline. And a vague answer like, oh, I just want to get better, that's not going to cut it. It needs to be a deep, personal, emotional reason. This is the fuel for your engine. It's what will keep you going when your motivation inevitably runs dry. So you've got the philosophy, you've got the tools. But listen, this path is filled with hidden traps. Knowing what they are ahead of time is half the battle. So let's uncover the common mistakes that trip everyone else up, so you can just walk right past them. Here they are, the 4 saboteurs of discipline.
First, the perfection trap, that little voice that tells you to quit after one tiny mistake. Then there's the vague why, which leaves you with an empty fuel tank. Then the everything at once overload, which just leads to total burnout. And finally, the most dangerous of them all, the dip. Now, the dip, as you can see here, it almost always happens between day 15 and day 25. Your initial excitement is gone, but you're not really seeing big results yet, and your brain starts screaming at you to just go back to what's comfortable. This moment right here is where most people quit, literally right before the breakthrough happens. Just knowing this dip is coming is the secret weapon to pushing right through it. And really, this all comes down to one core idea. It's not about being perfect. Perfection isn't the goal here. Progress is. A samurai starts simple. One breath, a 10-minute walk, something so small you almost can't fail. Because simple, consistent progress is infinitely more powerful than some perfect start that only lasts for 2 days. So, we've laid it all out. We've covered the ancient code, the 90-day plan, the mental weapons, and the hidden traps to avoid. You now have the complete blueprint. The only question left is a personal one. You've seen the path. So, who are you going to be on day 91?